Hello everyone, welcome to my channel SW Metro official channel.
The real story of Robyn Brown's children's segregation on Sister Wives? What is the real reason behind Robyn Brown's children on Sister Wives being kept apart from the original wives and children? I would love to sit and talk with Robyn's 5, Maddie Brown Brush said, but is that going to happen? For more information, continue reading. The real reason Robyn Brown's children were segregated? The fact that Robyn Brown's children are not close to their other siblings is well known. The OG3 did not accept Robyn's 5, and the Sister Wives star pretended that it was all their fault. Brianna, Dayton, Aurora, Sol, and Ari would all be welcomed into the households of the original 3 wives. However, Robyn forced the OG13 to knock and tread carefully, which made her home quite unpleasant. In any case, prior to the relocation to Flagstaff, there appeared to be some unity within the group. The women in Flagstaff lived far apart, whereas in Las Vegas, there was a cul-de-sac where everyone could congregate and play. Additionally, Robyn said that Kody's sons had treated her disrespectfully, so she made every effort to distance herself from her 5. But there was a desire for change after Garrison Brown's death. The original children and spouses were gathered on one side of the tomb, while Kody, Robyn, and their 5 were on the other. Maddie Brown Brush expressed her willingness to speak with Robyn's children to their sibling, Leon Brown. Fans don't believe she can apologize if she ever hurts them, despite her desire to do so. One Sister Wives fan explained why they didn't believe Maddie could talk to Robyn Brown's children. She will never be able to, as Robyn has been teaching her kids for years that the original Browns, particularly the original 13 kids, despise them. Brianna and Aurora have even expressed that they believe their wives and other children never truly welcomed them. Furthermore, Kody and Robyn's youngest kid, Ari, has declared her hatred for Christine Brown Woolley. She couldn't possibly know that she didn't like Kody's ex-wife without being reminded. Robyn's ultimate objective. Does Robyn Brown intend to keep the children apart in the end? The fact that everyone stood apart as they bid farewell to Garrison Brown really irritated Sister Wives fans. Maddie Brown Brush feels sorry for the other kids because of this. Additionally, the way Kody and Robyn made their 5 pawns throughout this whole issue has angered viewers. I find it unsettling that Robyn's children have been drawn into all of the turmoil by K and R. It was simply intolerable to tell them they were never accepted, even though yes, people overhear things, etc. Robyn's children are messed up. Since their mother has already taught them what to think of everyone, they are unable to judge someone based just on their conduct. According to one, they witnessed the OG wives' intense desire for relationships with Robyn's children. Since the parents and the rest of the family have always expressed a wish to keep in touch with Robyn's children, I personally ignored this criticism. Even as she was departing, Christine expressed her desire to have a relationship with them. The children are typically kept apart from the parent-child conflict at all times. Robyn is ultimately to blame for her 5 children's separation from the family she said she so desperately desired to be a part of. All of their siblings will welcome them back, though, if the children do open their minds. Sister Wives, supporters believe Kody's methods of excavating Garrison's grave were unusual. The most recent episode of Sister Wives was emotional and nerve-wracking. In many ways, the Brown family expressed their sorrow and mourning at Garrison's passing. On the one hand, Kody was crying as he spoke about his son, while Janelle was visibly upset. Gabriel gave his mother a firm hug and was always attempting to help her. For the viewers, it was a roller coaster of emotions. Everyone was troubled by one thing, though. Kody said he wanted to give Garrison his final tribute to the best of his ability while discussing his kid. He wanted to make amends because he felt bad about how things ended with him. He therefore made the decision to dig Garrison's grave. The cemetery even gave him permission to take the necessary action. Some people thought it was a very considerate gesture, while others thought it was completely wrong. Sister Wives, Kody's desire to dig Garrison's grave was disliked by many. Kody has always generated controversy. He made the decision to honor Garrison in a unique way even in the most recent Sister Wives episode, when he was still suffering the loss of his son. He therefore made the decision to dig Garrison's grave. Many were surprised by this. Some fans supported it, while others opposed it. "This whole grave digging is so inappropriate," a fan commented. Another person added that it wasn't typical. A third individual said, "It's even worse because he probably wouldn't have died if he had responded to Garrison. His actions killed his son, and now he's literally digging the grave," they continued. Many others thought his act was considerate and suggested that he might have been trying to bury his sorrows by excavating the grave. Sister wives, Kody digged Garrison's grave with permission. Kody has been experiencing emotional overload lately. In order to cope with his emotions, he made the decision to dig his son's grave. Since the sexton is typically the one who excavates graves at the cemetery, he obtained his consent. Fans witnessed him arrive at the grave site in the Sister Wives episode, where he discussed the permit and other legalities. For him, it feels like a different kind of emotional occasion, though he isn't entirely sure why. He was accompanied by his brother and his brother-in-law. The urn that will hold the ashes was not brought by Kody. Aspen, his daughter, and her husband, Mitch, are creating something new for Garrison, he clarified. He has to dig based on his theories because he hasn't yet seen what it looks like. He went on to say that he is searching for the act of exertion. There will be space for a coffin in the grave. Additionally, he considered making it slightly larger as a precaution. He went on to say that he wants to know what it's like to put in the work necessary to help his son. All Kody wants to do is do his best to honor his son. Right now, he's not even sure if it's mourning or honoring. Garrison died a year ago and is being buried in Kody, Wyoming, close to his family. Cheryl, his grandmother, will be by him. Sister wives, how is Gabe Brown's life now after the death of Garrison Brown? Gabe Brown from Sister Wives has been on a path of recovery and progress since the death of his brother, Robert Garrison Brown. The history of the Brown family began in the early 1990s when Kody wed Mary, Janelle, and Christine Brown, his first 3 wives. They formed a close-knit family by embracing their spiritual and religious convictions together. Born in 2001, Gabe, Kody and Janelle's youngest kid, received a lot of affection and attention during his upbringing. Robyn Brown, Kody's 4th wife, became his primary focus in 2010, which caused tension with Janelle and their kids. Kody pushed his COVID-19 rules on his family and grew more domineering. While some of his children, like Gabe and Garrison, did what Dad told them, others did not. In the end, Kody forced Janelle to remove her sons from the house, demanding that she follow his instructions and perform the required actions to discipline them. But Janelle wouldn't let her sons leave the house. Their marriage was further strained when she put her son's social activities and needs ahead of Kody's. Many of Janelle's children, including Gabe, broke off their relationship with Kody after she ended hers with him in late 2022. Garrison and Gabe shared a close bond. Together, Kody's family has gone through many highs and lows. As a result, they have developed a close bond, particularly among his adult offspring. Gabe and Garrison, Kody's boys, have a unique affinity. During family disputes, they supported one another and spent time together. Their complex connection with their father, Kody, also contributed to their strong closeness. Because they were only 3 years apart in age and had comparable family struggles, Gabe and Garrison had a stronger bond than the majority of the Brown brothers. The Brown family lost Garrison in March 2024. They lamented his death and honored him in a number of ways. The loss had a profound effect on Gabe, who was close to Garrison. Being the first to learn of Garrison's passing, Gabe was devastated and depressed. In the months that followed, Gabe preserved his relationship with his older brother by obtaining a tattoo in his honor. By spending more time with Gabe to offer emotional support, Janelle also helped him deal with the catastrophe and grief. Chicago's corniest life is being loved by Gabe. Janelle sent an update on her life on Instagram in April 2025, writing, "Had dinner with my boys, Gabe is in Chicago." In his response to the message, Gabe also mentioned how much he missed his mother. Gabe posted another update on Instagram stories in May 2025. He looked really content and thanked his supporters for their support in the picture that at Lavender Haze shared. "Living my corniest life in Chicago," Gabe added. Fans of Sister Wives believe Gabe has found a special someone. A lot of admirers think Gabe's happiness has returned because he's discovered someone special. Gabe shared a couple images of himself over Valentine's week in February, appearing joyful and enthusiastic. Many people thought Gabe was probably on a romantic journey with someone after noticing that someone else had snapped his pictures. But are you falling in love with Chicago or a special someone? Was the question posed to him by an Instagram user. Gabe responded with an emoji of a shushing face, implying that the fan might be right. After a challenging year, Sister Wives fans are relieved that Gabe is at last content. The TLC reality series Sister Wives has captivated audiences for over a decade by chronicling the ups and downs of a complex polygamist family. At the center of the chaos lies the Brown family patriarch, Kody Brown, and his relationships with his now ex-wives Mary, Janelle, and Christine, and his legal wife, Robyn Brown. As the seasons have unfolded, viewers have noticed an undeniable rift not just between Kody and his former spouses, but also among their children, particularly when it comes to Robyn's 5 children, Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, and Ariella. These children, though technically siblings to Kody's other children, have remained socially and emotionally segregated. This essay explores the roots of that segregation, examining how family dynamics, physical distance, favoritism, and unresolved emotional wounds created a lasting divide. We will also investigate whether this segregation is reversible and assess Robyn's potential role in both fostering and perpetuating the division. Is she simply a protective mother, or did she help manufacture the isolation her kids now live in? The Brown family setup, from unity to disconnection. When Sister Wives first aired in 2010, the family lived together in Utah and appeared to operate as a unified team. Even after they relocated to Las Vegas and settled in adjacent homes within a cul-de-sac, there was a strong sense of cohesion. The children from the various mothers interacted regularly, played together, and celebrated milestones as one big family. Despite the tensions inherent in a plural marriage, the family model worked, at least superficially. This unity began to unravel after the move to Flagstaff, Arizona. The decision to relocate was made abruptly and left the family scattered across the city in separate rental homes. No longer were the children playing in shared yards or attending events as a group. Instead, each household became more insular, with Robyn's home becoming increasingly closed off to the rest. This separation in living situations set the stage for what would become a much deeper emotional and social division. Robyn's narrative, "They never accepted us." Robyn Brown has long portrayed herself and her children as victims of exclusion within the Brown family. She has repeatedly suggested that her kids, especially Aurora and Brianna, were never truly accepted by Kody's older children and the original 3 wives, Mary, Janelle, and Christine. She has alleged that her children were treated differently, and some of her interviews and statements have painted a picture of systemic alienation. But there's a glaring contradiction here. Public statements from the OG 3 wives and their children tell a different story. Christine has gone on record saying she wanted a relationship with Robyn's kids, even as she was preparing to leave Kody. Janelle and Mary have also echoed similar sentiments, expressing a desire for inclusion and unity. Multiple of Kody's older children, including Maddie Brush, have voiced sorrow over the separation and have expressed interest in reconciling with Robyn's kids. So why haven't those bridges been built? Walking on eggshells, the culture in Robyn's household. It's been frequently pointed out by both viewers and members of the Brown family that Robyn's home was treated differently. Unlike the open-door policies of the other wives, Robyn maintained a stricter environment. Her children were not as visible on the show, and family members had to knock before entering her home, unlike the more relaxed atmosphere in other houses. This created a psychological barrier, an unspoken but deeply felt message: this home is not like the others. The OG kids felt that visiting Robyn's home meant being on their best behavior. In contrast, Robyn's children were largely shielded from their older siblings, and according to multiple fan and family accounts, were given a narrative that they were not wanted. This sense of being unwanted may not have stemmed from actual events, but rather from how Robyn interpreted and relayed those events to her children. Whether intentional or not, she created a self-fulfilling prophecy, constantly warning her children that the others wouldn't accept them, and then interpreting any awkward encounter as proof. The move to Flagstaff, a turning point. The move to Flagstaff further aggravated the divide. Unlike the shared cul-de-sac in Las Vegas, Flagstaff homes were spread out, increasing physical distance and reducing daily interaction. There were fewer impromptu visits, playdates, or shared meals. The OG kids, already older and moving into adulthood,